Savory Eats today, Friday, 17 May 2024. I'm going to do a can of chicken of the sea tuna in water. They have this, there's like the tuna in water, no salt added or whatever, or low sodium option. And then there's the tuna in oil. So this is the tuna in water. I'm gonna do just a can of this. If I want a protein snack throughout my life, there's been kind of two options. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And depending on what I had available and like, am I cooking or am I going to the grocery store and grabbing something, I kind of do like eggs, hard-boiled eggs, or something like this, a can of tuna or a packet of tuna. Or just in general everyday life. So I'm gonna open it with my handy dandy can opener and then drain it and then eat it. And I was out on my walk run this morning and I was in Woodway and I was going down a hill and there was a big bird and it flew down to the road and landed ahead of me, and then it flew back up to the tree and I was like, that's a big bird. Is that it's like, is it a hawk? Is it an owl? And I look up as I'm running past and it looks down at me and it's a barred owl. It was like, we're waiting for you. I'm waiting for you and Josh, your boyfriend, Josh Curve, to get that dream house of yours here in Woodway because those chickadees are going to be my prey. And I was like, we were talking about having a squirrel enclosure. And I was like, yeah, if this chickadees have like 40 babies one year, then the chickadees have the personality of, could see them being the kind of parents that go, we have 40 babies. Which ones do we think are going to survive? And then they let them all loose into the world and they're like, we got 100% accuracy. Only 10 made it. But they have personality like that. They're resilient little critters. So yes, this is a way of saying instead of raising the predators of nature or fostering them, we foster the prey because we like to see who survives, you know? And then also I was thinking too, and then along those lines, you know, thinking of moving in, living with my boyfriend Josh Kerr, and you know, the squirrels somehow make their way to us in some form, living with us. And maybe some of the gray squirrels come to be a bit more domestic. They're like, we want to be indoor squirrels or something like that, and we get the paperwork for it. I'm thinking, we're like, one day we make a YouTube video, and it's like, we have big news. Like maybe that's the or title of the video, and then in parentheses, Timber is pregnant. And the big news with that one being, so here's what it looks like during the liquid from the can. The big news there being, okay, the gray squirrel is pregnant. They're pregnant a lot, and we're putting her children up for adoption. I know, that would be like the biggest news. It broke the internet, you know, it broke the YouTube kind of thing. Breaking news on YouTube. Timber the gray squirrel is having babies, and babies go up for adoptions. Here's what the meat looks like. Alright. And maybe the news is so big that it entices my uncle Gordy and his wife Jan to adopt one of the babies, and they're like, no, we don't want any pets. But then they see the Timber the gray squirrel. I remember we put out videos of some of the babies, and they go, well, gotta have a reason to come over and see you guys, or you guys come over and see us. I guess raising a little squirrel might come with some questions. So they adopt one of her babies. And then if people pester them about the fact that they have not had kids together, they're gonna be like, we had a bred and born gray squirrel, Leonhardi squirrel. And now we're raising it. It's family squirrel. It's good. It's not salty. I have found with this brand in particular, the Chicken of the Sea, that it doesn't necessarily need condiments to be good. I mean, I've gone through phases where I really like yellow mustard on everything, or sriracha on everything, and stuff like that. And this is one of the products that has been actually resilient to that. Or even if I've been in a fad, I'm like, but sometimes I just like stuff all on its own. No additives. With a dipping sauce or a condiment being an additive. Here's a way of saying this is one of the ones I greatly enjoy. Oh, this is 40 out of 10. Yeah, so that's Chicken of the Sea, tuna, and water. And I drained it before eating it. It says it's 5 ounces net weight and 4 ounces drained. Or I guess drained or dry weight. But I guess the meat is kind of drained weight. Oh, there we go. Happy Savory eats a can of Chicken of the Sea, tuna, and water. Today, Friday, 17 May 2024. From me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, to you.